Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you guys are all well on this fine sunny day. At least we're getting a little bit of sun here. I'm not sure it's going to last, but I am just soaking up the vitamin D while I can. I just finished my morning bone broth and beef fat soup, so feeling pretty good there. I've been doing a lot of stuff to change my life and to work on self improvement kind of stuff. And I thought I'd share that with you guys. I've been getting a lot of phone calls from people, and there's a lot of people that are in difficult situations right now. This whole pandemic thing, this economic crisis, is really bringing people's struggles and some of their vulnerabilities to the forefront. And I've been getting a lot of phone calls just kind of asking my opinion on it and maybe asking for a bit of advice. I don't like to give advice because none of us really know. That's one of the key steps is we're placing too much faith in a lot of these other people. I find that the true path to liberation is to find truth within ourselves. So I'm more of an advocate of opening people's minds to possibilities and for things to explore. But I find that for you really to grow as a person, you need to find the truth within yourself. I think the truth lies within each one of us. And for you really to know and to grow as a person and to have it last, you need to find that truth within yourself and you need to know it deep down to your core. So I think that's part of it. A lot of us are just looking for easy answers, for people to guide us. And I don't want to claim to know anything. I like to hold on to the mentality of, I don't know anything at all. The only thing I know is that I know nothing at all. That way, I'm always staying curious. I'm staying in a state of wanting to learn and to expand my knowledge. If I'm always claiming to know everything in every conversation, that's when the learning and the growth stops, in my opinion. So I think by remaining quiet and humble and by listening to others, there's always some new information that we can glean. Each one of us has our own perspective on life, and every single person has their unique contribution to their own unique experience that leads to a contribution, that can help us all grow as people. So I like to listen to everyone, even the homeless people on the street. I often have time for, and I listen to what they have to say. You'd be surprised what you can learn from some of these people. So what I want to do, I want to start making videos in more of a broad sense of, how we can become stronger, better people, how we can work on self-improvement. And in this very trying time, I think it's important that we come together, those of us that want to grow and become better people out of this. I think it's important that we come together in a community and we rise up together. There's so many people that are just choosing to check out, to use alcohol and drugs and sex and TV, any distraction they can find really, to even work, to distract them from the true inner work that is going to help them grow as a person. So I think what I'm doing, at least, is I've been in a unique situation where I've been socially isolated now for just over 7 months. I haven't had work. I haven't had any distractions. I went completely sober. I've cut everything out of my life. So I have no way to run from my demons. And when I actually started sitting with all of that, a lot of stuff came up, stuff that I thought I had overcome and stuff that I thought was no longer an issue. It all started coming up, and I realized the subtlety of a lot of this stuff. It's stuff that you think you've dealt with and that's no longer bothering you or affecting your day-to-day life. However, I find that it's not until you take away all distractions, you take away all your social interactions, you take away your job, you take away your addictions, you take away all your worldly pleasures, and then you're left with nothing except your own mind, your own demons. And that's when you really get to see the truth behind a lot of this. So I don't know. I feel like there's not a ton of people that are taking this path. I think I don't actually know because I'm not really talking to too many people, but just in a general sense, looking around, I think a lot of people are choosing to check out and to not do the inner work that's necessary. They're kind of taking what they assume is the easy road. However, I've attempted to take that road, and it's not an easy road. I find that stuff will just keep coming back, and you're never able to grow. The only true growth and way through your inner demons and your inner challenges is to go right through the middle of the flame. You really have to turn and face it. We're so busy running and looking for distractions that very seldom do we turn and face our demons head on and go right through the fire. And in my opinion, in my own experience, that's been the only way to find true liberation, is to turn and face it and look at what is bugging me deep down and to go right through all of it. And then that is when you're able to come out on the other side and find true liberation. So I'm going to take a new approach. I want to start talking more about this. I want to help others help find their own inner truth and their own path to liberation, and inspire others to work on self-improvement and hopefully find their own path and their own way through these challenging times. I want to inspire others to take control of their life, to strengthen their faith, to let go of their fears, and learn to practice acceptance and gratitude, and find ways that we can develop tools that will help us get through these trying times. These are very difficult times for a lot of us. And I want to create a community where we can share our own experiences amongst each other, and we can rise up. Those of us that choose to face this thing head on, and we choose to learn the lessons, and we choose to use these trying times to strengthen us and to become better people. I want to create a community where we come together and we can do that together, because there's not a lot of us that are choosing to do that. And I think it's really important that those of us that want to make that decision, I think it's important that we create a community and we strengthen each other together. And so I want to start to make these videos to help inspire others to take this path, instead of just choosing to check out and ignore a lot of the stuff that's coming up in these trying times. So I hope you guys like the videos. This is something new. I usually talk about the economy and money and all that, and how to become, radically self-reliant in that sense. But that's only a small piece of the puzzle. This is a much bigger thing than that. To be good in your own person, to feel confident in who you are, to find your own inner truth, is a much bigger picture than just finance. There's a whole lot to it. And I feel that I've been blessed to be going through the fire. Like, the last few years have just been extremely difficult for me. And I want to share my experience with others, and I want to inspire others to take the difficult path, or what appears to be the difficult path at first. It's really something that I advocate. I think it's well worth the time to turn and face your demons, and to try and overcome your vices and your distractions, and learn to sit with yourself, learn to be okay with your shortfalls, with your demons, with your shadow side. That's a big part of it. A lot of us are so ashamed of our shadow side. We're always trying to reflect that we're all these, good people, and we don't have any negative to us. It's just not true. We're all good. We're all bad. It's a dualistic reality here, and we all have aspects of both. And I think it's when we start to embrace that the true growth comes. So I'm going to take a new approach to this. I hope you guys like the videos. This is a new thing for me. It's a little trickier for me to speak on, because I haven't spoke on it a whole bunch. So please forgive me as I learn to find better ways to speak a little more clearly and smoothly about this topic. This is my very first video speaking on it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and you can cut me a little slack for for my little bit of rustiness, hesitation when I speak. I feel that by sharing and speaking, I can only get better from here. So thank you so much for your time in this trying, difficult, challenging times. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video and hear what I have to say. And I hope that together we can all grow and become stronger people. God bless.